Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
What's up, everybody? Kevin Jackson here. It's the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. Our theme for today is going to be the real flakes. now, snowflakes. I told you guys that discussion I had with the guy. The snowflake guy, where he thought I was talking about white girls, which we do. Black guys, we call white chicks snowflakes. Like, this has been going, I don't know, decades. We'd be like, oh, hey, dude, you still with that girl? Oh, that snowflake? No, we broke up, whatever. And it would be that white girl I was dating or whatever. And I don't care. I mean, look, I don't take offense to that. Maybe white women do. But it was funny when I used to host a radio show for a buddy of mine, guest host. He had two white ladies. One was a producer. The other did traffic. And I would call them my snowflakes. Hey, it's always good to be with my snowflakes on the radio. It was no big deal. Yeah. Now, if there was some term that referenced black women, and there would have been a big deal, because that's just the way things are. But no, they loved it. They're like, yeah, we're Kevin Snowflakes, But I was talking about people who melt under pressure. That's what a snowflake is to me. It's a dual meaning. But anyway, I want to dedicate today's show to the flakes. And what better place to begin than Arizona, where we have Senator Jeff Flake, who could not have a better name. Flake. We have two senators in Arizona who have their heads planted firmly up their buttocks. And it just goes to show you, folks, how badly Republicans have lost their way. We got a lot to talk about today, just FYI. But I want to start with these flakes, because every story that I will regale you with today showcase flakism, flakitude of magnificent proportions. I mean, we are talking about the craziest people on the planet. I'll prove it. Don't worry. You know how this show works. No conjecture on the Kevin Jackson Show. KJRadio.com. By the way, if you want to call the show, 844-551-8255. So here's what Jeff Flake had to say. He got caught in a hot mic moment. They call it that. It wasn't that big of a deal, but he got caught in a hot mic moment. And here's what he had to say. And I want to comment on this because he's technically correct. The flake is right.
Arizona Senator Jeff Flake that was caught on a hot mic moment earlier this week, not realizing his microphone was on while talking about the president and controversial Senate candidate in Alabama, Roy Moore. Watch what happened.
Come the party of Roy Moore and Donald Trump. We are the post.
Yeah, so Jeff Flake has been a very vocal critic of President Trump, a vocal critic of Roy Moore, as have been many other Republicans. The president has now been criticized for several days for not giving a definitive answer as to whether or not he believes some of Roy Moore's accusers. Actually, today on one of the Sunday morning shows, Mick Mulvaney, the director of the OMB, said that the president doesn't know who to believe and that the people of Alabama should decide who they do believe. The president tweeted about Jeff Flake, as you said a few moments ago, Anna, saying that he was saying bad things about your favorite president and suggesting that Flake would vote no on tax cuts because his political career, anyway, is toast.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. The GOP is toast. Jeff Flake is right. The GOP is toast. Look, the GOP has been dying for a long time. I don't need to give you all the reasons that this beast needs to die. Don't misunderstand me. We have to have something that counters the left, but it isn't the GOP. These people are so sold out, it's ridiculous. And the sad part about it is they're no good at what they do. It would be different if, we get the majority. We waited for the majority. Oh, we were like, okay, we got the majority of the House. We need the majority of the House. Woohoo, let's get the majority of the House. So we get the majority of the House. And what do? We squander it. Paul Ryan, that wasn't Ryan, Boehner just lined up with Harry Reid, and they just marched lockstep over the American people like no big deal. So everybody's like, we got to get the Senate, man. If we get the Senate, woo, it'll be amazing. So we get the Senate. We get the House and the Senate, and Barack Obama just said, I don't care about y'all. And he just marched over them like they were nothing. They didn't put any political pressure. They didn't put any social pressure. Nothing. It was like they didn't know what to do. I have this conversation all the time with Republicans. I go, when do you guys, you have a tiger by the tail, and I'll use Planned Parenthood as an example. Planned Parenthood should be gone. It should be the acorn of social justice, social movements, right? At least the acorn had to reconstitute. Planned Parenthood proudly still runs under that logo after we have talked about the percentage of black babies killed and the fact that they sell the baby parts and buy themselves Lamborghinis. And the Republican Party can do nothing to get rid of them. Still funding them. Now, we did an article where Asa Hutchinson out of Arkansas, he made it to where they're no longer part of Medicaid. But you would think nationally we could have said enough is enough. They're not doing mammograms. Women have access to all the things Planned Parenthood has to offer. And that's the end of it. But no, as powerful as ever. And if that's not bad enough, I'm constantly telling you guys, the Republican Party has allowed the Democrats to appear to be the party of righteousness, the party of freedom, the party of anti-slavery, when in fact they hung people. If you want those people representing you, shame on you. You get what you get. The party of Roy Moore and Donald Trump. We are toast. The party of a man who has dedicated his life to being a good Christian, and the party of a man who's dedicated his life to building the American dream. And now, and I'm speaking of Donald Trump, now he wants to show you that this government has corrupted itself. And a sitting senator who carries an R after his name would dare criticize one of the most sanctimonious people that's running for office, Roy Moore, and one of the best, probably the best president, certainly in modern history, and he's only got a year under his belt, and he wants to criticize him. The GOP is toast. It's toast because of things like Jeff Flake. For flakes like him, who would dare turn against us. Why? Because Jeff Flake likes the attention. See, Flake think about it this way. What did you know about Jeff Flake prior to this? You knew nothing. He was just he's one of 100 guys. That's a very prestigious thing to get, and it's not enough for him. He wants to be loved, and so does John McCain. So he will willingly throw you, the conservative movement, the Christian conservatives, the Donald Trumps of the world, under the bus so it makes him feel better.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful 4-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.